All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the road real quick. Time is going, so we have no time to waste. Let's get this started. All right. So this is basically a continuation of the of our series that we have had. Okay. And we are looking at conquering failures. This is now part 2. Okay. So let's just do this real quick. This will take a very short time, I promise you. Right. All right. So I'd like to introduce to you the greatest theft that has happened to each and every one of us, okay? And it's probably the reason why we fail to succeed and why failure is such a big thing, okay? Why we expect to fail. As children, we have dreams, we have dreams. I don't know about you, but one of my dreams was, ever since I was a little child, I've always wanted to own my own apartment, okay? I've always wanted to be an international musical worshiper. I don't know about you. Maybe you've wanted to have your own piece of land. Maybe you wanted to own your own several fleet of cars or something. Okay. But you know what happens to us? As we're children, we believe that the world is ours, that there's nothing that is impossible, that everything and anything can be achieved, you know? But what happens is as soon as we begin to communicate our dreams to society, society tells us, no, those dreams are not realistic. You have to put them down. You want to be on TV? What makes you think you can be on television? You want to be a landlord? What makes you think? Do you even know what it means to be a landlord? Such kind of language is what comes from society, from your parents, from the school. That you say you want to be on TV. Who in this school have you ever seen has ever been on TV? What makes you think you are fit to be on TV? That's the kind of language, that is put to you, and you end up giving up on your dreams. This is one of the lies that has been drilled into our minds, that all rich people will go to hell, which is a lie. I don't know about you, but when I look at my Bible, I see Abraham was a millionaire. I see Job from the Bible. Job was a millionaire. Okay. I see, you're looking at the story of the rich man and Lazarus. Have you ever asked yourself why Abraham is not with the rich man in hell? And in fact, the paradise of that story is actually named after Abraham himself. So it's not true that all rich people go to hell, But you see, this is just one of the many lies that has been drilled into our minds. And what they do is that they make us lower our expectations. And so what happens is, after this, you just put your dreams in the shelf and you tell yourself, I guess I was just dreaming too big. I guess my dreams are too far-fetched. Let me just get back to the real world. You just end up putting your dreams and surrendering them onto the shelf. And you end up living a life of misery from childhood all the way to your adulthood. And then what's worse? You make it almost your life mission to make sure that nobody else lives their dreams. Because as soon as you spot someone who is running after their dreams, they begin to remind you that you were too scared to make the decision to run after your own dreams. And so you end up joining the dream stealers, the very dream stealers who stole your dreams, and you become one of them. So you see, it ends up becoming a cycle, right? Okay. So the greatest theft is this: you were robbed of your dreams, the dreams that God had given you, the dreams that came from the Creator. You were robbed of your dreams. All right. This is the greatest theft. All right. But the truth is, there's no one to blame. So there's no point in wasting your energy and your thoughts asking yourself whom to blame. There's no one to blame, really. Okay. You're better off spending your energy looking for a solution. So what's the solution here? Okay. Now I introduce you to something that I've come across even in my reading, something that's called the law of expectation. And once you understand this law, my friends, you will be able to take charge of your expectations, and you'll be able to understand that you are in charge of your own results. Okay. Now this is what it says: if you expect the worst, you will get the worst, and if you expect the best, you will achieve the best. This comes from a book I'm reading called The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. Another way of looking at this is by the following: if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. Now, the wording here is very, 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 very specific and deliberate. Notice that if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. But if you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. Now, the word achieve here implies that the process of manifesting positive results is not passive. However, the process of manifesting negative results is passive. Why? Because from the time we were little children, okay, our minds were drilled with, the philosophy of I can't, you can't, you can't. And so we end up growing believing that we can't. And so by the time you're an adult, that is your natural state of your mind, negativity. And so for you to manifest positivity, you must actively be involved in turning around the damage, in undoing the damage that was done to you all those years. And that is why the process of manifesting positive results is an achievement. It's an active process, right? Now, these two phrases deal with the quality of success, the quality of your expectations, whether it'll be negative or it'll be positive. But the other aspect is this, dealing with the quantity of your success. It says, according to your expectation, so shall it be done unto you. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Imagine that you are going to an ocean, all right? Maybe you want to fetch some water, and so you decide to go to an ocean. Now, let's imagine there are two people going to the ocean and they want to fetch water. One person goes with a teaspoon and the other goes with a bucket, right? Now, the ocean represents the source of all that you want. And in my opinion, I believe that God is my source, okay? God is my source of money, source of wealth. Everything I want comes from him because he is the creator of everything, right? Now, you see, I can go to God with a teaspoon. Now, God being omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, he is limitless. There's no limit to what God can give you. You are the only one who will limit what God can give you. If you go with a teaspoon, then God will only fill that teaspoon. If you go with a bucket, then God will fill that bucket, right? We are the ones who limit what God can do for us. Truth is, God has no limit concerning what he can do for us. We are the ones who limit. So as you expect the best, as you train your mind to expect the best, as you train your mind to expect success, as you work towards conquering failure and turning your failure into success, as you go through that process, it is important that you expect not just a small bit of success, but a massive amount of success. Ask for that massive amount of success. Affirm that massive amount of success continually. Okay, right? So then how can you begin expecting the best? It starts by feeding your mind with success. It starts by training your mind so that you can undo the negativity that has been fed into your mind since you were a little child. And that is accomplished by feeding your mind with success, okay? So that comes from, reading books to do with success, listening to audios every now and again, regularly, that feed you with success, right? And over time, as you do that regularly and consistently, your mind will begin to believe that you are worth succeeding, and you will begin to expect the best, right? I shared this picture in the previous video, and I remember saying that the process of turning failure into success is an active process. It doesn't just happen just like that, right? Now, what I want to add on to that idea is this. As you go through the active process of converting your failure to success, as you actively study what you did wrong and correct your mistakes, as you actively nurture the seed, as I said in the previous video, what you need to understand is, as you go through that process, you need to expect that you will succeed. You need to do it with an expectation of success, because as we have said, as I have already told you here, is that if you expect the worst, you will get the worst. And if you expect the best, you will achieve the best. Or if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. So as you go about the active process of converting failure to success, my friends, you need to think in positive terms. You need to always expect the best, and that will contribute towards you conquering failure. All right. Now, that being said, that brings me to the end of this particular video, but this will not be the end. Stay tuned for the next series. Otherwise, This is Dr. Otieno signing out. Thank you very much for watching this.